Welcome back, guys. Here we are in the Chudley Valley. Here's Chudley down here, looking rather nice. And this is a part of the map that I'd started to work on the trees. And I was thinking that, you know, this is pretty nice, all of this. And then I went and actually looked at some pictures, because I started working on various different bits and pieces, and I'm going to be talking to you a bit about this in this episode, about various tips on how to do things and how to achieve a certain look and whatever. But when I started looking at pictures, I kind of realized that, like, real alpine valleys, and I want this to look very much like an alpine valley. Real alpine valleys don't really look like this. Let me show you a couple of pictures. And you can see that, first of all, the trees are much, much, much more dense. Like, they're really, really dense. And secondly, the areas where the trees are very well defined. You know, they've got pretty hard edges to them. And then in between, it's all just fields. It's either fields or pastures. It's either arable land for growing vegetables or wheat or whatever, or areas for grazing cattle or sheep or whatever. And those are separated by little hedgerows. And you get the occasional trees in town and stuff, but really, it's all very stark and well defined. So, I did a bit of work. And when I say I did a bit of work, I've been working on this like all night. I've been working on this for like the last 6-7 hours. And now it looks like this. And as you can see, there's quite a difference. And I've been working on, like, pretty much the whole valley. What got me started on this was the wanting to ride on the Flying Scotsman. And I thought, if we're going to ride on the Flying Scotsman, then I want the place to look nice. So I started working on it. Now, this is not finished, like, not even close. But after like 6 or 7 hours, it's like, oh my god, like, my hand hurts from putting these damn trees in. And you can see that now they're really dense. But getting this kind of density takes so long. But I wanted to, because if you want to achieve the same effect, I kind of realized a few things. Like, for example, trees grow where we allow them to grow, right? And if we can utilize the land for something like growing or grazing or whatever, then we just chop all the trees down, right? And kind of, that's why you've got all these, like, very, like, hard edges and whatever. So what I've been doing is now, like, can I find, like, this'll do, right? Just for an example. So for example, the way that I've been doing these is, I want my conifers, thank you. So, for example, we wouldn't use this steep-sided land, right? So, what I'll do is kind of draw a line of trees round where I think, like, the unusable land is going to be. So, I don't know. And sometimes I'll be kind of abrupt about it, and sometimes I'll be kind of gradual about it, and then we probably want to join up with this kind of, I don't know, maybe come up there and then we'll come down there, like that kind of thing. And then, you know, just kind of fill the edge in, like, fairly intensely. Don't worry, I'm not going to spend the whole episode putting trees in. I'm just going to give you kind of like a quick demonstration, and then we'll get on to other things. But, so, fill in the edge, right? And then I'll go up to the top and do the same kind of thing, but rather than like putting it in with like a straight line, like I did at the bottom, I use like a circular motion so that I get some kind of variation at the top. Just trying to break up this transition to the white snow. And to be honest, see, here there's a bit of a shallow there. So the trees are probably going to do a bit better here, as long as it's not like completely rocky. So we can go a bit higher there. And then I have the wonderful task of going over this and filling all this in. Now, I'll just show you. I'm not going to do this for more than like 20 seconds or whatever. But you'll see that to get like real density, you have to kind of like go over it. And then go over it like again. To really get the trees nice and thick. And it takes a huge amount of time. I mean, you think of like I don't know, like city skylines, for example. You use the tree brush in the tree brush mod in city skylines, and I could just do this with like one sweep of a brush, like zip, and it would be solid with trees. But with this, nope, gotta put a bit of effort in. So that's what I've been doing. That's the way I've been doing it. So, and that gives you, it does give you a nice look. It gives you a pretty nice definition. And when you get really low down and you start to go into some of these areas, so like, oh, and that's the other thing I've been doing is actually removing some of the, like a lot of the trees that were in between. And of course, you have to remove them one by one. Oh yeah. And there were a lot of trees scattered around in this valley. That's taken freaking ages. Anyway, stop digressing, Skye. But it's really nice when you get down low, right? And you kind of go through an area that's like really heavily forested. And little views like this, I've been going around, I've been smoothing the terrain and playing around with stuff. But it does start to look very, very cool. What else have I been doing? Well, I've been looking at various views. I have done a bit of playing around with the terrain. This is, I've got to say, this is just a little bit juddery sometimes. Now, it might be because I've put 6 million trees in, which is, I mean, eminently possible. Or it might be because I've got some crap running in the background. I hope it's because I've got some crap running in the background. But we'll see. I've actually got the, you know what, pause, because I've actually got the game running at the moment. Now, tips and stuff. Oh, right, yeah, I remember. Down here. Now, this here, I was looking at this and I was thinking, it'd be kind of nice if that was kind of a nice, like perfectly graduated sharp edge on that one. So, on the other side, I created it like that. And the way that I did that, I thought I'd show you this. I thought it was like reasonably cool. Was just take like, I don't know, like a small country road will do. And start up somewhere like that. Bring it down just so it's kind of clipping the edge like that. Put that in. Then demolish it. And it will give you that nice sharp edge. And depending like how close to it you go, you can get like the closer you go to it, the lighter it will get, and it'll end up being like this cliff if you go like really tight to it. And if you want to get a bit tighter to it than I did, for example, if you hold down the shift key, so that's where it started to snap. So yeah, let's just go in. Oh, move back a bit. Let's go in just a little bit tighter, basically, just a little bit. Just get to there. There we go. So we've just got that slightly lighter effect. Not quite as light as it is on the other side, but... And then, well, not with trees. Not with trees now. Done with the trees. And just smooth that off. There we go. That looks nice. So that was that. And then, oh yeah, I remember. So we've got these tree areas around here. But I was looking at this bit here and I was thinking, now even though this is relatively flat and it could be usable, the other bits of land that are not used and tend to have lots of trees are where it's owned by, I don't know, railway companies or companies where they've got areas of land and they just don't care about them and they just end up growing forests. And I thought it might be kind of nice when you pop out here, because you can't see much anyway. You can only see the top of the mountains. It might be kind of nice if this was all a little bit foresty. And especially along these the tops of here. I think that could look really good. So I thought we'd do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is just smooth this bit of nastiness out. Smooth that little bit around this road. I don't want to take all of it off. I just want to take some of it off. There we go. Oh, that was another thing, which was the way that the roads go. Now, these roads I can live with, actually. But let's do this little bit of tree stuff, just a tiny bit of tree stuff. So what I was thinking, like especially like areas like this, because this is like kind of too small to be like particularly useful to anyone, so they might just like forget about it. So we can just draw a nice line of trees around the back of there, up to the edge of this place, and then just fill in a nice little forest. And again, I'm not going to do loads of it, I'm just going to do this little bit. There we go. And so you just get, well, I didn't mean to put that there. And so you just get these little bits of forest around the place, which can look really cool. But this, I think, like this, if we just have a wee bit of a smooth there. Right, and then you get really nice little areas like this. Now, I've done that little bit. Imagine doing all of this. God. Oh, it's been killing me. But at the end of the day, I love it, so what the hell. So now we're going to come out here. We're going to go through this lovely little forest section, which does look beautiful. And I've also decided... that really I only put these underground stations in kind of just to make it like easy at the beginning while we were kind of low on cash, because I wanted to focus on what this series is supposed to be about, which is the EPEC challenge. But I think, like for example, up at Aspatria, we should put a station in here. This is the passenger station, but I think we should replace that. I mean, this one's dead easy, really. I mean, you know what? Should we do it? What the hell? I mean, the Scotsman's going to run into here. Go on, we'll do it. What the hell? What the hell? So let's grab a railway station. We want a passenger station. We want terminal. We want... And we're going to start making these 320s. No. The passenger stations are going to stay at 240s, I think. We want... do I start making this high speed? Probably. Do I start adding catenaries? Now, that's a very good point. Seeing as this is passenger only... And I'm going to stay with steam for the time being. We'll say no. Second Street connection, no. I want how many platforms? 2. Although I only actually need 1 platform. But I don't know. Maybe I think we'll stick with 2. So let's flip you around. So there's the existing passenger station just there. So if we hooked onto there, that'd kind of work nicely, wouldn't it? 1.8 million. Good Lord. Some of these buildings cost a fortune to replace. Let's flip it round like that, so it's going kind of parallel on the back of these houses, which I think is kind of nice. We'll just remove those 2 buildings. Does that look good? I think that looks good. Boom, in it goes. Right, now we get rid of this. Now, somehow, we've got to hook this up to here. Right, so we'll get rid of this station. Confer destruction. Boom. And get rid of you, boom. Whoops. Now I need to be careful that I do actually push this backwards, otherwise I'm going to get a train stuck, which would not be good. There he is, we're just pushing him out there. Let's try taking it back to there and see if we can do it from there. Because if we can do it from there, it'd be quite good. So... I'm hoping that this is going to please a few people, because there were a few people who weren't very happy that I was using all underground stations for the passengers. So, now, I'm just wondering, do I actually want to tunnel there, or do I want to take the opportunity to cut through here and then level this off a bit, so that we get the nice view coming up to Aspatria of the town and the mountain and the trees and all that kind of stuff. So I think that might be quite nice. So, yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So cut through there. Let's get the other side put in, which will widen it a bit more and give us a bit more of the view. Oh, come on, hook up. There we go. Boom. There we go. And then take our good old smooth tool. Now, you know what? I'm going to bring you back a little bit more, because I'm going to try and give this a bit of a haircut. Take a little bit off the top. So come on, come down, come down, come down, come down. Now, I do want to still leave a bit of an embankment if I can. So let's lower the terrain. Starting to get to the point where we can actually see the town properly. Down a little bit more. There we go. And same on this side. Even this out. Come on, you come down. Come down a bit. There we go. Alright. But, like I said, I do want a bit of the embankment, like the sharp embankment. So, with a bit of luck, I can do that same trick. And just take a small country road. And from, like, about there, run it down like that kind of thing. Oh, lovely. Do the same on the other side. From about there. I can run that a bit further, couldn't I? If I wanted to. Like, do I run it down? Yeah, let's get a nice sharp edge all the way down there. What do you think? Boom. Right. Boom, 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 boom. And there. Shrink the old smooth tool down a bit. Take off that edge. Same on this side. Like that. And oh yeah. I just need to tidy this little bit up. There we go. And then maybe just taper that down into this corner. Like that. So, we actually get a nice embankment, but we can now start to see stuff. Now, bear in mind, these buildings are going to get a bit taller as the city grows. So, yeah, liking it. We need to sort out the line, don't we? Yes, we do, Skye. So let's go to... let's do it from here, I suppose. So what do I want? I want Aspatria. Now, this is the passenger line, isn't it? Yeah, so this will all be all the way down the other end. Here we go. So, it couldn't connect Aspatria because we've deleted it. So let's put that in and get rid of Aspatria. Boom. And we still don't have the line. Now, why don't we have the line? I've just put that station in. What's not connected? Something's not happy. And I can't honest. Oh yeah, I know why. Because we haven't put the blooming bit in here. I doubt I can get an X in here. I mean, to be honest, it only needs to just go in here and come out this way, and that's fine speed-wise. If I can put in an X, I will. If I can't, I'm not going to worry about it. No, I didn't think so. All right, so that goes in there. All we need to do is pop a few signals on, and this is there and there, and that's all my signals done. Now, when I'm putting in like these lines with like all these signals, I'm putting in multiple lines. I then have to go around every signal, setting it to one way, and it can take quite a long freaking time. Let me tell you. But But the thing is, I'm starting to get so passionate about this map and so invested in it. Like all this time making the map look pretty and all the rest of it, I really don't mind. I spent a bit of time where? This bit. I redid this bit down here. Creating this kind of nice road going in here. I replaced the tunnel, put in this very short tunnel, and got it, like, I think really nice. And I want to decorate this up with, I'll probably, like, I won't do it now, but I'll just kind of show you the kind of thing I had in mind. So I was thinking just like, maybe a few shrubs and bushes along here, just to kind of discolor the edge. Like that. Save a few little ones. Oh, another little one, that'll do. Let's put those together. Put you up there. Oh, another little one. Let's have a little cluster. There we go. You can go over there. How big's that? See, this is the thing. This is the kind of ridiculous detail that you get into, though. That won't go there. It'll go there. There we go. And of course, once you've done one bit, because it discolors it, then you've got to do like all of it. So I've got to go around and do like the whole thing. And I'll probably end up going like all the way down this road and all that kind of stuff. Now, that's that. Okay. Now the highlight of the episode, at least as far as I'm concerned. I've saved the best for last. Now you think, oh, he's going to do the ride on the Scotsman now. No, actually, no. The highlight of the episode, let's turn those off. The highlight of the episode is going to be, I've talked about these areas of land where we don't have trees, right? And it's either like arable land or pastures for grazing. Wouldn't it be cool if we could actually have some cows or horses or stuff around a place? It's a real shame that we can't create like proper pastures for animals. Except that we can, you know. Oh yeah. So what I'm going to do, I thought, you know what, I'm going to use this little area up here just to show you. Now, this is something that I played around with like a tiny bit, and I think it's something that I'm going to have to play with like a hell of a lot more to be able to like get a really good effect. Right, there are, if I go to roads, you've probably noticed these, right? These are fences that you can lay like roads, right? So we're going to use this this fence, and these are the BLS mods. This is where they come from. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in some fences. Oh, stop it. We're going to put some fences. Ooh. Now they will alter the terrain. So we could put in some fences across there. And if you take it from where the cursor defaults to, right, it will actually give you a reasonable end. Because you'd think it would start in the middle, but it kind of doesn't in actual fact. Go away. Right. See, it starts properly. And they curve and all sorts. They're brilliant. I love these things. And let's take you kind of down there. And then we'll have this coming up like that. And then we'll run you. Now, it doesn't really do the corners very well. Come on. Bring you out straight. See, rather than it actually going like on the corner, it does that. So when you're doing corners, you kind of have to guess it like that. Not quite level. I'm kind of rushing this, to be honest, because it does take a little bit of time to do this properly. Let's crank you down. And smooth this off a little bit. I'll end up coming back to this and messing around with it for hours and hours and hours. The way I do. Alright, smooth you off, smooth you off. Right. Okay, so we've got like a basic fenced off pasture type area. It does need a hell of a lot more work. How about a little bit of a road? Come in. I don't know. Like, can we? No. I should have left a bigger gap. From there. Oh, I can do it from there. So if we do it like a straight bit, maybe, and then I don't know, like where would this road go? Oh, well, Chudley's right over here. Oh, we'd want to hook up with this road, wouldn't we? So yeah, so we go over in this direction. Ooh, we go over in this direction like this. And hook up with there. Cool. Alrighty. And then that, you know what? This is a really stupid idea if you think about it, because what I should have done was picked an area that's like really close to the train, because I don't know whether you'll even be able to see this from the train, but I just want to demonstrate it because I will be doing this in other places, and it's kind of showing you that these like mods exist and whatever is kind of the important thing. But it would have been kind of nice to be able to see it from the train. Round here, I think we'll just lift this up just a little bit. Boom, 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 boom. Round there, and then we'll smooth it off. Come on, crank you up. There we go. Just roughly. Cool. All right. And then in our little pasture area, you're going to freaking love this. Like, seriously, you're going to love this. We are going to put, where are we? Where are, I got to remember where the hell they are. This is all the different textures. Now, for example, this area up here, we could decide that we want this a different texture, like this. Like, I don't know, for like arable land or whatever. So, you can put in your own fields. Oops. Like that. And you can even get rid of them. But you've got to try and find where the hell... oh, there. Oh, I found it then. Oh, there it is. And you can actually get rid of them. Oh, where are you? Oh, there. And you know what? Let's get rid of this one. If I... Oh, there it is. It's pretty much in the centre. But it is kind of hard to find sometimes. But you know what? We'll leave those. So yeah, I could kind of retexture this if I wanted to. But at least you go... Oh, here we go. BLS animals. We've got... Posh horse. We've got horses. Look. You can have horses standing around in a field. And you can have a cow that's standing up. Moo. I'd love to see more of these. I would, seriously, I'd love to do a field of black and white cows. And that would be really cool. And you can have pigs, which are very cool. Do like pigs. Goats. And goats, you could just, I mean, you can have goats pretty much anywhere. And sheep. And you've also got cows that are lying down. And I think I've got a sneaky suspicion they put these cows lying down, like, specifically because I said something about it. No, of course I didn't, but you know what I mean. Right, so yeah, what are we going to have in there? Should we have cows? Should we have cows? So, yeah, just, like, plop them in, whiz them round a bit, and just like, randomly scatter the place full of cows. And then if you want, you can throw in one or two of them lying down. I've got to say, at a distance, that looks more like a freaking lion lying down than a cow. But yeah, you can't be too choosy, can you? Let's have some cows at that end. And lonely cow up that side, and one there. Now, what you can do, like for speed, is put in like a couple at a time at the different angles. Let's have, you know what? Let's have the kind of the densest part of the herd kind of down this end. We'll have another one lying down over here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, maybe another one as well. A couple of lazy cows. Right, and suddenly we've got a pasture with cows. How cool is that? Now, the thing is that, like, way in the distance here, wouldn't it be cool if I'd done it, like, I don't know, like, say in, like, an area like this. This is a bad example, but I don't know. Oh, see, now this, like a nice bit like this, do a pasture and whatever. And the thing is, what I want to kind of work on, because I haven't figured this out like exactly yet, is how I can get like hedgerows that kind of work, that actually look like hedgerows. Let's go up here. I want my trees again. So I want my tree brush. So because like most fields have got like hedgerows, you know, which divide them up. But I need to kind of figure out like what kind of density and what's like the best way to get them to like look good. So for example, a lot of fields and trees and whatever have demarcations which are actually roads, you know, like because you've got a road going along the edge or whatever, that's where they chop down the trees up to. And same with fields. The way fields kind of ended up looking the way they do is often just because, well, there was a road running through there, so they split that bit of land and that bit of land and all that kind of stuff. So, for example, if we had a road, there we go. Now try. And down like that. Oops. Maybe a few more in there. So it's getting it to look like, you know, kind of from all angles, like it looks reasonable. And like from here, I don't think that looks particularly good. It's too spotty and too regular, and so like, does it need to be like denser so that it looks like as much as possible like an actual hedge? Like, does that look better? The problem, I don't know. Actually, that's maybe not too bad. So, it does discolour the edges. Is the only problem. Now, if I was to grab another one of those, and I don't know, so this is the grass one. Do I want the grass one? Yeah, no. Let's put one of these because this looks like crops. So we could have another little road come in off up this way, kind of thing. So we want a little bit of a space for our hedgerow. And then go back to where are you? Where's my? Come on, hedges. But you can see, I should have smoothed this off before I did this, but I don't know. Like, the problem is, if you put it in too densely like this, then you get this really bad discoloration, and I don't think that necessarily looks very good. So, I mean, what we could really do with is like these fences that I can draw in, actually have like a hedge that you can put in. How freaking cool would that be? But as you can see, we can at least begin the process of painting in fields and pastures and all that kind of stuff. Now, you know, we've been working on one tiny little bit of the map. Look at the size of the freaking map, right? To try and do this across the whole map, I mean, it's going to be like, it's physically impossible. There's like no way. But I think on certain parts of the map, we can do some of that. So we'll definitely do that around here. Alrighty. So, you know what? I think what we'll do, we'll leave it there, and I'll do a bit more before the next episode. And the beginning of the next episode, we'll ride the Flying Scotsman from Aspatria all the way down to the end. I've spent a lot longer on this than I actually intended to, but hey, you know, it is what it is. And I was going to talk to you about other things. For example, like, see this the way this road's going around here, right? That's really nonsensical, because if you actually follow the terrain, right, it makes way more sense that this road would come down here. That just doesn't make sense, right? If this was a river, then fair enough, but it would just look so much better, I think. like from both ends. That's just nonsensical. So, yeah. And I have been doing some of this already. But this one I saved because it was kind of like, I thought it was like a fairly good example. So this is curving out from there. And really what it should do, we'll do it with a medium. What it should really do is follow the railway around a little bit. Probably, say there. And then it should curve down into this. And then hook up with that. Now, I don't mind that curvy nonsense there. That's fine. Alrighty. See? Well, I don't know what you think. I think that's way better. Let's go that and just do tiny bit of smoothing just to finish it off. And there it was done. Okay, so, you know, I think I should warn people and like entitle this episode like all about decorations, because that's all we've done. But I think like some of this stuff around the place, what do you think? Like, do you want me to do this, or do you want me to focus on doing other things? And like, yeah, screw the decoration, who cares? Personally, I just think it makes the whole thing like so much more fun and so much more realistic and so much more fun to like ride on the trains and stuff when you've got beautiful scenery. And like just putting those couple of fields down there, I mean, I think makes just such a hell of a difference. God, I really wish I'd put my blooming stupid cow pasture like way closer to the tracks, but that's okay. This will be the lonely cow pasture. These poor cows. Nobody ever comes to see them. Alright guys, we'll leave it there for this episode. I hope you enjoy it. I will catch you for the next one. Peace out.